that they use those for masts. He said the eastern seaboard of North America was one time covered with trees like this until the Europeans cut them down for their sailing fleets. I'm sure stuff like that in Europe was cut down over 1,000 years ago. So when they found North America, they were cutting down all the white pine along the coast, shipping them back over to Europe. Eastern white pine. That? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that guy told me that. I'm always looking at trees now and you just won't find straight, you know?
Right, exactly.
You're like, hemlock, that's a real strong wood, but they're always kind of bent and never could use it, you see?
There's a place in Michigan, hardwood pines, where no virgin stands, only 3 virgin stands left. There's 2 in Michigan.
Really?
One of the 2. And they are some big trees in here.
Well, because I know Michigan, like Wisconsin, was heavily logged off, in the 1800s.
Yeah, they took every piece they could get.
Right, right. They didn't leave much there, did they?
No.
Just like Wisconsin here.
One small little 200-300 acre area.
Wow. Somebody must have owned that. And, I mean, I wonder why they didn't log that. Yeah, somebody had foresight years ago. That's cool. Folks, hang on as we go around the corner. Hang on to purses and cameras. I always tell kids this is where they bounce out. Then I tell them this is where my family got rid of me many years ago. Oh, and then I tell them I wish I'd have been nicer to my parents and listened to them. And I hope they'll eventually return for me. Hang on, everybody. Yeah, see, here it gets a little loud in the summer. See the water park right there?
Oh, yeah.
See the hotels right there?
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
Closer than that.
Which one is that?
Wilderness.
Oh, okay.
Folks, questions and all. I know I talk a lot. Anybody with questions?
How many acres?
My boss, I think this is, the canyon is about 13, 14, maybe 15 acres total. Just the canyon itself, and then over the top. This canyon has been owned by a local lady and her late husband since 1967. Oh, I'll stop here for y'all.
Wow.
Yeah, my boss, her and her late husband have owned this since 1967. I'm glad that my boss has hung on to this property because people have often tried to purchase this from her, offering millions of dollars. And I think a lot of those people, if they could buy this, they would get rid of the tour. Right. And I could see even a water park and something down in here. You know what I mean? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Honey.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, but I never used to do that. I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I really don't know what it's from, but I never used to do that till the hotel went in, so I'm not sure what that is. Wait, sometimes I'll tell the kids, the hotel's having problems with this outhouse up there.
Oh, jeez.
Over the years, a lot of kids have told me it sounds like there's a test after this tour. I say, how can anyone pass a test if nobody remembers the tour guide's name after the tour?
Chris?
Thank you, sir.
Well.
See, folks, for 12 years, I drove Mike and Tom, a team of black Percherons through here, Mike and Tom. People would take the tour, they'd come back and say, I took Mike and Tom's tour. I took Mike and Tom's tour. After I heard that a few hundred times, I asked one guy, I said, sir, what was your tour guide's name? You know what he said? He said, I don't remember the tour guide's name, but he wasn't very funny. I appreciate humor. I thought that was a good one. Yeah, I just noticed lots of deer tracks actually here. Wait, it's Saturday, it must have happened.
Yep.
Yeah, we've actually had sightings of black bear, wolves, and even mountain lions within probably about 50 miles of here the past couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
I know stuff you guys get all the time up north, but
Yeah.
never used to hear that up until about a year or two ago.
When you say 13 acres, does that encompass the area up above?
Just
between
above
these two?
and, right, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
the canyon itself
Right.
and 20, 30 feet, whatever it would be over the top. That's about it.
Wow.
Yeah. And otherwise the hotel owns pretty much everything around us. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, so I can remember the old days when I'd give a tour, you wouldn't see a person, or hear anything for.
I was here about 55 years ago. I don't know if I did this too. I mean,
Sure.
I have some vague recollections of it, but It was eons ago.
Guys, up ahead of us here, this walkway, that is the Lost Canyon Skywalk, part of the Wilderness Hotel, if anybody's staying up there. They also have a zip line, so you might see somebody float by on cables while we're out here. I also think of Peter Pan.
There you go, Nina.
There's our zip line.
There's your zip line.
Yes, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, 2/3 of the way through the tour, I have to give the boys a few minutes break, since they're both members of the Teamsters Union. See, my jokes do not get better. And thank you for laughing, ladies. You'll get out today. While some of you stay, you ladies will get out. Again, I appreciate humor, sir. Folks, I always give my horses a rest on my tour, but I do also take an opportunity during each of my tours just to explain to groups a little bit about how your guides do work here at the canyon. Because we do give many tours a year, we do work like the local duck and boat guides in that we work mostly on a commission tip basis. I think we do that as an incentive so that we do try to always give groups a quality tour instead of being a robot out here. But also I think it's meant to keep ticket prices down so that I work a bit like a waiter on the trail. I'm just going to hand something out to each couple this morning, folks. All that I can hope is if you enjoyed my tour so far, you'll just give me a minute of time on the ride today. But first of all, I hope everyone is hungry, because first of all, folks, I am going to hand out those frog leg sandwiches to you all. And they're not plain. I brought along horseradish.
You got me there. That's it.
I also have ranch sauce and Western salad dressing. Folks, you don't have to get anything from your driver. Let me just hand one of these to each row. I'll hand that to your row there, folks. I'll tell you what I have to offer, including prices. Thank you, guys. And one for the back row for browsing through. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this year on my tour, I have canyon magnets for the fridge or file cabinet. I've also got pens. I think those are cool because the team and wagon does move back and forth in the narrows. There's also a set of pictures in the green package. Do feel free to take them out. If anybody wants anything this morning, folks, any of these items here are $5. All three of these items, this whole set is $12. You don't have to get something. If you do, part of that goes to your guide as his wage on your tour. We do rely heavily upon commission or tip. You don't have to get anything. You don't have to tip. I just hope when you leave town, Lost Canyon is the #1 thing you've seen, and that you can come back or recommend us to people back home. If you want something, I'll be glad to help you out. One picture, folks, has a wishbone tree. That's at the ticket booth, and I'll point this out at the end. It's actually got the deck built around it there now. There's also a picture of an Indian chief. His name was Chief Talmadge. He was a member of the Winnebago tribe, and he wrote the poem that you'll be find on the back of that card.
They make RVs, right?
Yes, the Winnebago. They are now known as Ho-Chunk Nation, if you've heard of the casino in town. I always tell people they don't want half the chunk, they want the whole chunk. Folks, thank you all for your time on my tour today. Again, you don't have to get something. If you want something, I'll be happy to help you out. Thank you all for your time on my tour today. Thank you. All right. How we doing up here?
Card.
Yeah, card to be great.
12 bucks for all of them.
Yeah, 12 bucks for all. Times if you want to buy them.
Fast food.
Must you film me all the time? Seriously.
Well, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can get things back here. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Folks, you just drop anything in there today. Thank you all. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
What did you guys care for today?
I'll take all of it.
I owe you change.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that.
You bet.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I got a 6-year-old daughter, and I love kids, but I do. This is why I like the fall, that I can sit, you know, we can,
Silence.
it's weird.
No.
Let's make like horse apples and hit the trail. The other day a kid said, is that something like a taffy apple?
Oh, jeez.
I said, no, kid, but after the tour, feel free to put your hand in the prize pouch. There's a little gift for you up there.
Oh, my God.
I am amazed. I get kids like 10 years old, and they're freaking out. The horse goes potty. I'm like, Wow, kid's 10, and he doesn't realize a horse goes potty. All right, lads, back him on up. Back. Beep. Beep. OSHA makes us do this. If anybody's heard of OSHA, that's the Oversized Horses Association. OSHA, that's an OSHA issue.
Nice shot of those horses there in the turn.
Nothing is too funny for Chris to use on the tour. In my own mind, I'm very funny. Yeah. Folks, how did you hear about our tour today? How did you guys know we were even here?
There's the 2 tour books that are available.
Yeah, the DELLS book that's got everything listed in there. You saw the...
Got a brochure.
Very good. How'd you folks all hear about us?
In print and on the internet.
On the internet. Did you look at DELLS.com?
Yep,
Yeah.
you bet.
Super.
We-
We are noticing more people finding us off the internet.
Exactly.
We just
just
look
read the
for something
brochures and
different
stuff
to
like
do
that.
every year,
Yep.
and we
Sure.
found it on DELLS.com.
Give me a...
That and zipline I'm not going to go on. Oh, yes, you are.
Are you going to zip line?
No.
I don't do that either. I'm afraid of heights.
Me too, but
Yeah.
it's great.
Is it really?
Yeah, we did it in Costa Rica a couple of times. It is fabulous.
I don't know. They've had, the bungee jumping was the craze for a few years. Now it's the zip lining, and I get up, even on this canyon. You know what I mean? I'm 20 feet up. I'm like, it just freaks me out, Like, yeah, it doesn't help when I read stories about somebody that went bungee jumping or zip lining and they, didn't attach something and they fell down, Folks, every day people ask, why do they call it Lost Canyon? Kids say, why don't you call it Found Canyon? We found it. I'm like, wow, I never heard that one before.
Yeah.
Back in the 1950s, this canyon was completely surrounded by forest. They called it Lost Canyon because this canyon was lost in the woods. Lost Canyon. Nowadays, when I've got tons of kids, I tell them it's Lost Canyon because I've lost so many kids for their parents back here. And there's always some boy that's like, he's adding up. He's like, boy, that's me. I've been in trouble on vacation. I'll home right into that kid. Yeah. This one picture did show the canyon in the winter. My boss used to let people hike through here in the winter since we're not giving tours. The problem with that was people, of course, were partying, starting fires, smashing bottles on the rock, and leaving it a big, big mess. Nowadays, we shut down in November. We put up a snow fence at the front. We don't let people back here anymore. What's really funny is that road that goes up to their stables. I have a sign on every other tree saying, no trespassing. Keep out. I kick out people all the time. And I'm like, you didn't see those signs? They're like, no. I'm like, well, there's one on every other tree. Good boy. Hey, you can see how much rain that we had. Boy, it's been a few weeks now, but here, check this out. See, the water was running right through here. See all that stuff kind of dammed up there? Yeah.
Yep.
Wait.
Wow.
All right, yeah. I'll stop right here for a minute before we go in the narrows, okay? I'll get out of the way. Yeah. In my 28 years of giving the tour, we've had instances of deer jumping over these narrows.
Cool.
Unfortunately, I have personally pulled about 6, 7 young ones that have fallen in.
Oh.
One time there's 2 of them at once.
Oh.
It's amazing to me, you know what I mean, if they think of jumping over something like that. Isn't that weird? You think of how long they've been doing that. It's probably been thousands of years. Crossing this canyon, jumping over it. Oh. Oh.
Oh, young buck gets to be a stag.
Oh. Hey.
Feel free to use one of these.
Thank you, sir. I know I'm not the world's best gel color in town. I used to work at an orange juice factory until I was canned. See, they get worse. Who said that? Make sure your hands are in the wagon, everybody. Yes. When this canyon was carved by water many years ago, we think there was whirlpools right up here. See how water's spinning? And it rounded out that rock? Yeah. Good boy. Yeah. I tell kids if they don't listen to their folks on vacation, vegetation will be sleeping right there tonight. Look at that refreshing drinking water. And it's mostly water, too. All right, folks, it's trivia question time on the Lost Canyon tour today. What did people use draft horses for originally, hundreds of years ago? A draft horse, not beer. Thank you, I'm thirsty and you're not helping. Not farming either. They got stuff later on.
Logging.
Not logging. Nobody? Nobody. Not traveling. They carried knights in armor. You see, folks? Right. A knight would wear a suit of armor as well as the horse himself. That was hundreds of pounds of metal to ride upon a horse. Europeans bred big horses together during medieval times, and they came up with all draft horses. They carried knights into battle. They were considered a medieval tank for war. From medieval times up until the Second World War, these horses were used to haul cannons, supplies, and materials into all the battlefields of Europe. So when I stop and think of the millions of them that have died in wars over the years, it's quite a shame. They really were a war horse. That, of course, since medieval times, people have used them for farming, logging, all that stuff. But they originally carried knights in the battle. Yeah, when I imagine me, sitting in a field with a bow and an arrow and a shield, and there's hundreds of them running at me in a suit of armor, I'd be running real quick the other day. Yeah, it's like I wouldn't want to get squashed. Yeah. I know I saw one of those Jack in the Pulpits up ahead here.
That's the eagle right there.
Yeah. 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 One right there. Oh. Yep. Now, folks, as I told you a little while ago, Jack in the Pulpits, this is the time of the year these red berries really stick out in these canyons because, see that down there? Mm-hmm. In the springtime, these have a green flower that resembles a man standing in a pulpit. Jack in the Pulpit. Mm-hmm. In the middle of summer, they develop a cluster of green berries, and over about the past 2 or 3 weeks, they turn that bright red, they all fall over, and next year the same root system will pop up as another Jack in the Pulpit. I believe Jack in the Pulpits grow in every northern state in the U.S. from the Dakotas to Maine. Jack in the Pulpit. Yeah. You might have. Yeah. Folks, look straight ahead of us. There is a tornado in the rock. See it there above the Narrows, that yellow spiral-shaped rock? The tornado?
Oh, yeah.
When I have kids on the tour, I call it an ice cream cone. Anybody know what flavor it is?
Rocky Road.
What?
Rocky Road.
It's a Rocky Road. That was quick of you, sir.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey.
I get lucky.
Hey. Some people say it looks like a totem pole, swarm of bees, mummy, Michelin tire man, alligator standing on his nose. I could go on and on and on. Some people say, I don't see anything. Do you see a rock? Yes. Then you see something.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, again, folks, I hope when you leave town, Lost Canyon is one of the best things you've all seen. I sincerely hope so.
We'll be back.
Make sure your hands are in the wagon, everybody. Get on down. Oh. No frog there. Come on now. Yeah. You know, in the old days, ladies and gentlemen, we held concerts in this room. Rock concerts. I know y'all wishing this was over. It's not. Back in the 80s, of course, Styx played here, as well as REO Speedwagon. In the 70s, the Rolling Stones, Neil Diamond, Cliff Richard, Leif Garrett, who wasn't very good. He was kind of a 70s Justin Bieber, and all the girls liked him, which made me jealous. Kenny Loggins, and Hall and Oates. Anyhow, that's when music was good. Wait. Yeah. Oh, it is beautiful. You know, there used to be a canyon like this, believe this or not, in downtown Dells. It was filled in over the past 100 years to make those shops and everything downtown Dells. Isn't that weird? I had a guy tell me that years ago, and I kind of was skeptical about that, but I've done a lot of reading, you know, about the Dells. And actually, if you're at the Upper Dells boat tour, you'll stand on the dock. You turn around, it's a big cement wall there. I believe that is where that canyon fed right into the river right there. But they filled it in. In fact, just above it, it's called Eddy Street. And Eddy is, you know, part of the water where it spins around like that. But hard to believe they'd fill something like that in. Well, guys, let's see how thirsty the team is today. Whiskey and Slim, lemonade or Kool-Aid? Pepsi or Fresca? Whiskey, Slim, Bud, White. This is one reason I love this horse. Like I told you, it's his first year, and he is one of the best horses I've ever had the pleasure of driving through. These guys are both great, but he's just so new, I'm just impressed with him. You know what I mean? He's a wonderful, well-mannered horse here. Both of them are. What was it, about a week ago, I smacked a horsefly that was sitting on this guy's rear end. You know, he's just standing there, and I smashed it. It was like 2 packets of ketchup worth of blood. And he's just standing there the whole time, and he's like... I mean, I've had some horses, the horsefly just lands on them, and they're, you know, and he's just like... Tough horse. Guy's wishbone free. That was in the picture, that's it right there. If anybody's looking for other things to do in town, after the tour, let me turn the team around and park them. I'll meet you right up on the deck. I'd be happy to recommend stuff to anybody here, okay? I'm not in a lot of this stuff in town, but if you like nature or history, I got plenty of things I'd recommend to all of you. Well, that's it for bad jokes till you take the duck ride.
Yeah, we heard a few of those.
Bad jokes almost done. Ho, chunk, bingo, and casino. Okay. There you go, everybody. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed the tour today.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, guys.